Salvete! Hello and welcome to this video. This is Latin with Stephen. This is a continuation of the beginner's course, Unit 3. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for choosing to learn Latin. We've been looking at third conjugation verbs. These verbs have ere in the infinitive ere. Can you remember any third conjugation verbs in the infinitive form? Perhaps to lead, a bit like the Duke, ducere. To buy, emere. To hasten to a place, to rush somewhere, contendere. To seek, to look for. A bit tricky, this one. Begins with Q. Quaere. And we also had the verb to drink, bibere. This one is here for us. So let's just recall the pattern, the conjugation in the present tense. So we have bibere, infinitive, meaning to drink. We can't do anything. We can't say ego bibere, to bibere. We have to conjugate it. We remove the infinitive ere. That leaves us with the stem, which is underlined here, bib. And then to that stem we add our personal endings. How does it go, guys? Let's do this together. All right. So we have bibo, bibis, bibit, bibimus, that's we, bibitis, that's you, plural. However many people you're talking to, you all drink. Bibunt, which is they, third person plural. So, bibo, I drink, or I am drinking. Remember, it can mean present continuous. You may translate it as that, depending on the context of what you're reading. Bibis, you drink. Bibit, he, she, it drinks. Bibimus, we. Bibitis, you plural. Bibunt, they. Bibo, bibis, bibit. Bibimus, bibitis, bibunt. Let's do it together. Come on. Bibo, bibis, bibit. Bibimus, bibitis, bibunt. Bibo, bibis, bibit. Bibimus, bibitis, bibunt. Let's try substitute ducere, to lead. Follows the same pattern because it's third conjugation. Take off the ere. The stem is duc, D-U-C. Therefore, duco, ducis, ducit. I lead, you lead, he, she leads. Ducemus, ducitis, ducunt. Duco, ducis, ducit. Ducemus, ducitis, ducunt. Let's do buying, to buy. Emere, take off the ere. We get em, short stem. Emo, emis, emit. I buy, you buy, he, she buys. Emimus, emitis, emunt. Emo, emis, emit. Emimus, emitis, emunt. Let's hasten to a place. Contendere, probably followed by ad, a little word meaning to. Contendo, contendis, contendit. Contendimus, contenditis, contendunt. Contendo, contendis, contendit. Contendimus, contenditis, contendunt. So this is our third declension. I suppose it's characterized really, as we look through it in the present tense, by the I's pronounced I and the U and unt in the third person plural. If we think back to the other two conjugations we've covered, the first conjugation is are, portare, ambulare. That's o, as, at, amus, artis, ant. So the are has the a as the key letter going through. Then we had second conjugation such as videre, to see, long e, videre. We have video, eo, vides, videt, videmus, videtis, vident. Sedeo, I sit, sedes, sedet. Sedemus, sedetis, sedent. They have the e's all the way through. So the third conjugation, it's mainly I's and then you. All right. And remember, when you look up in a dictionary, it should give you 1, 2, 3. It indicate the conjugation. And therefore, if you've learnt the patterns, then you know how to use the verb with different persons. He's doing it, or we are doing it, or whatever. Now, for today's lesson then, there are some third conjugation verbs that are a little bit different, just slightly. There aren't too many of them, but there are some quite common ones that we need to learn. And let's take, for instance, the verb fugere. Any ideas what that might mean? Think of a fugitive. What does a fugitive do? Flees, to flee, to run away, to escape. All right. So let's say to flee. That is fugere. Now, it is still third conjugation, and we'll notice we get fugis, fugit, fugimus, fugitis. But in the first person, instead of just being O, it's not fugo, it's fugio. It gets an I-O. And that is, the I also crops up in the they form, the third person plural. Fugiunt, not just fugunt. So we can see, if we contrast the two, the bibere and fugere, it's just in the I form, it's eo instead of o, and the they form is iunt instead of unt. When you look up a word in a dictionary, if it's presented eo and says 3, so this should be fugio 3 to flee. That would what it would be shown in the dictionary. So it will give you the first person ending in io. Then you know that the they form will have iunt, and the rest of it will be predictable for third conjugation. So as soon as you see a verb presented as first person singular, I do something, I flee, fugio, you know then, oh, it's an io verb, therefore it's a iunt one as well. Okay, so as soon as you see that with the number 3 for third conjugation, that's how we do it. So, for instance, the man flees, the man runs away. Man is wir, vir, wir fugit. We did meet in the last lesson, or one of the recent lessons, the word for person. It can mean a man, but a person, human, that's homo. So homo fugit. But if you're really specifying male, you'd say wir fugit. Okay. What about the men? The men are fleeing. It's a second declension. Wiri, V-I-R-I. Wiri fugiunt. I'm fleeing. Ego fugio. Ego fugio. I'm fleeing to my friend. Amicus. Ad plus accusative. Ad amicum. Fugio ad amicum. If you want to flee from a place, we can use the little preposition a. It's a letter E in English for elephant. A, and it's followed by the ablative case. So the thief, the robber. Do you remember that word? Latro. Latro. A willa fugit. Latro fugit. The burglar, the robber, flees. Latro fugit. A willa, with a long A because ablative case, flees from the house. All right, flees from the house. What about the thief? The robber flees from the forum. Latro. A foro fugit, ablative case. Latro a foro fugit. All right. But the gladiator does not flee. The gladiator does not flee. Sed gladiator non fugit. Non fugit. Because he has a sword. Sed gladiator non fugit. Quod gladium accusative habet. Gladiator non fugit. Quod gladium habet. But the thief, the robber, flees. Sed latro fugit. So fugio, fugis, fugit, fugimus, fugitis, fugiunt. Let's just do that a few times. Fugio, fugis, fugit, fugimus, fugitis, fugiunt. Fugio, fugis, fugit, fugimus, fugitis, fugiunt. So the infinitive is fugere, so it still has the ere because it's third conjugation. But it's as soon as you see that form, then you know you can predict that form as well. Let's just look at a few other common third conjugation verbs that follow the exact same pattern. So fugere, to flee. Now, very, very common verb here, facere. And I've given you the first person, the I form, alongside the infinitive, so you can learn them like that. Facio, facere. It means to do or to make. So facio, I do, or I make. Facio, facere. So how would we conjugate this throughout the different persons, the present tense? Facio, faces, facet. Facemos, facetis, faciunt. Facio, faces, facet. Facemos, facetis, faciunt. The question word, what? What is quid? Q-U-I-D. What are you doing? What are you doing? Quid facis. Quid facis. What are you doing now? Quid facis nunc. I'm learning Latin. Linguam Latinum, disco. Quid facis? Linguam Latinum, disco. What's the boy doing? Quid facit puer? Or quid puer facit? Quid facit, third person, puer. The boy is sitting in the garden. Puer in horto, ablative, sedet. Quid facit puer? Puer in horto, sedet. What's the gladiator doing? Quid facit gladiator? Quid facit gladiator? The gladiator's fighting in the arena. Gladiator in arena pugnat. Remember pugnare. Quid facit gladiator? Gladiator nunc now in arena pugnat. Okay. Quid facis? What are you doing? Quid facit? What is he or she doing? What are they doing? Quid faciunt. You must have it. Quid faciunt. What are the girls doing? Quid faciunt puellae. Quid faciunt puellae. The word for nothing is a nihil. Nihil. Nihil faciunt. They're not doing anything. They're doing nothing. Puellae, the girls. Nihil faciunt. They're doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. Nihil. Nihil facio. Nihil nunc now facio. Nihil. All right. So facio facere. Facio facere, to do, sometimes to make. Can be used in lots of different phrases. Very common verb, and one that you guys really must learn. Okay, next one, capio capere. Bit like to capture, isn't it, in English? Can mean lots of different things, but to take hold of something in lots of different senses. So how are we going to conjugate this? Well, we know from the dictionary it's capio, therefore it's going to be capiunt for they, and the rest of it's going to be predictable. Capio, capis, capit, capimus, capitis, capiunt. Capio, capis, capit, capimus, capitis, capiunt. Similar, rapio, rapere is more, it's also to take hold of something, but I think more in the sense of to snatch and to take something away. To seize, and verging on the idea of stealing. Rapio, rapere. Rapio, rapis, rapit. Rapimus, rapitis, rapiunt. Rapio, rapis, rapit. Rapimus, rapitis, rapiunt. So capio and rapio. Capio, take hold of. Rapio, to snatch, to tear away. Capio, rapio. And the last one on the menu is copio, copere. Copio, copere means to desire. We learnt at the end of the first series of videos, I think, the verb to want, wallow, from welle, infinitive, wallow vis vult. So this works in a similar way. Copio, I desire something. You can use it with just a noun, maybe wine, vinum copio. Or you can use it with an infinitive. I wish, I desire to do something. Copio facere. I desire to do blah blah blah. Copio facere. Copio, I wish to have. Copio habere. I wish to have a sword. Gladium habere copio. So copio, copis, copit. Copimus, copitis, copiunt. Copio, copis, copit. Copimus, copitis, copiunt. What you desire. Quid. What quid? Quid cupis. Quid cupis. I desire wine. What else, of course? Vinum. Vinum copio. Remember bread. Third declension noun. Parnis. I desire. I desire bread. Parnem, accusative, copio. I desire to buy bread. Carnem emery. Sorry, parnem. Parnem emery. Copio. Copio, parnem emery. Alright, let's just make a few sentences. So we've got fugio fugere, facio facere, capio capere, rapio rapere, and copio copere. The gladiator takes hold of the sword. We'll use this one. Gladiator takes hold of the sword. Gladiator, gladium capit. Gladiator, gladium capit. The farmer takes hold of the spear. Hasta, word is feminine, first declension. Agricola, hastam, accusative, capit. Gladiator, gladium, capit. Agricola, hastam, capit. What if it's plural? The farmers take the spears, agricolae, and the verb is going to be capiunt, yeah? Hastas, agricolae, nominative. Hastas, accusative, capiunt. Agricolae, hastas, capiunt. Let's go back to our robber, latro. The latro is going to snatch the money. The robber snatches, takes away the money. Latro, pecuniam, accusative, rapit. He, third person. Rapio, rapis, rapit. Latro, pecuniam, rapit. He snatches the money and the toga. Latro, pecuniam, et togam, rapit. Or pecuniam, togam, que. Remember, it's put que on the end of the second item means and. Togam que, rapid. Okay. What about the robber steals the money, seizes the money, and flees out of the house? The robber snatches the money and flees out of or from the house using a plus ablative. Latro, pecuniam, rapid. Et a villa, long a ablative, fugit. Et a villa, fugit. Et fugit a villa. Fugitque a villa. Pecuniam rapid, fugitque a villa. All possibilities, guys, there. The robber snatches the son. Filius. The robber snatches the son. Latro filium rapid. Latro filium rapid. But the father takes up his sword using capere. Ser pater gladium capit. And overcomes, defeats, superare, the robber. Sed pater gladium rapid latronem que superat. Et latronem superat. Latronem que superat. So the robber snatches the son. Latro filium rapid. But the father takes hold of his sword. Sed pater gladium capit, and overpowers the robber. Latronem que superat. Et latronem superat. I desire to drink wine. Copio, bibere. So your next verb, the to verb, is going to be the infinitive. Bibere, vinum. Vinum, bibere, copio. Vinum, bibere, copio. You can say vinum, bibere, wallow. I want, but this is a similar kind of verb. Copio, wallow, to express a desire. Vinum, bibere, copio. The matron desires wine. Matrona, vinum, cupit. You can just use it with a noun. Matrona, vinum, cupit. I desire bread. Panem, copio, ego, panem, copio. What do you desire? Quid cupis, quid cupis. I desire money. Pecuniam, accusative, copio. Pecuniam, copio. What about we desire to see the gladiator? We desire to see the gladiator in the arena. So it's going to be, copimus, copimus, to see, videre, videre, gladiatorem, accusative, in arena, gladiatorem in arena, videre, copimus, gladiatorem, accusative, in arena, videre, copimus. You could also use spectare. Do you remember that one? To watch, watch the gladiator. Gladiatorem in arena spectare cupimus. I too desire to watch the gladiator in the arena. I too. Ego quoque. Gladiatorem in arena spectare o videre copio. Ego quoque gladiatorem in arena spectare copio. Right. Well done. Nice short sentences there just to practice and exemplify these nice verbs. So let's just a couple of times run through this again. Fugere. Fugio, fugis, fugit. Fugimus, fugitis, fugiunt. Fugio, fugis, fugit. Fugimus, fugitis, fugiunt. Facio, I do or make. Capio, I take hold of something. Rapio, from rapere, to snatch, take something away, seize. Copio, copere, to desire something, to really want something. So there we go. So still third conjugation, guys. It's just the I form and the they form gets a letter I cropping in. All right. All the others just proceed in that fashion. So we'll leave it there for today, just over 20 minutes. I hope that's been useful, and I shall be back soon with another video in this series. So thank you guys, take care, gratias, ago vobis, et valete.